Would the children come down, please? Quickly. Good morning. What's on your bed this morning besides sheets, a comforter, perhaps some dirty clothes, stuffed animals, and a pillow? What's on there? A blanket. That's going to be your key word for today, okay? And you can't think what to say, just say blanket, all right? Okay. Why is that blanket on your bed, Henry? To keep warm. Are there other things you could use a blanket for? I knew you wouldn't answer, so I'm going to make you work. Today you're going to show the congregation other uses for a blanket besides just warmth. So in case they want to use you for actors or actresses at another time, you need to tell them your name.
Leah.
Loud.
Catherine.
Josephine.
Henry.
Sarah.
Madeline.
Okay, these are our actors for the day, and you know how I love congregational participation. So, this is what you're going to do. These are blankets that Church World Service gives to people who are poor or homeless, or have suffered from a disaster such as a flood or a hurricane or a tornado. We're going to show you that there's different uses for the blanket than just warmth. So this is what you all have to do. It has to be very cooperative, so you have to work together. You have to pretend you're a family and you only have this one blanket. All right? So, for instance, pretend you are going across hot sand, your feet are burning. What would you do? Yes. Yes, but we only have a blanket. What could we do? Right, you could throw the blanket on the ground and stand on it, right? Okay? Congregation, your part is, good thing you have a blanket. Good thing you have a blanket. With enthusiasm, not like a dirge. Okay, so here we go. Here is your blanket. You only have this one for your whole family, all right? And you have to pretend this is your scenario. So everybody get up. If you could do it right here in the middle and not knock over any microphones, that would probably be the best. Okay, you have gone camping, but unfortunately, when you forded the river, you lost your tent.
Good thing.
Come on, fast, fast. We only have 3 minutes, or Pastor Bill has to cut his sermon short. Clap if you think this is good. Okay, very nice. Blanket down. Next thing. You're going to a picnic. You have all your things with you. However, there are no picnic tables available.
Good thing.
Okay, this is for one of the little ones. You really wanted to be a superhero for Halloween, but there were no costumes left. So, it is pouring rain outside, and you have no raincoat and no umbrella. Nice work. Okay. This one could be a little tricky. You are all getting new shoes, so Henry is taking the old shoes to the Goodwill store for someone else to use. So you are going to not have a suitcase, not have a box, not have a bag. I knew this one would stump them.
There you go.
Good job, good job. Everybody's shoes, everybody's shoes. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, it is a super duper hot day. There are no shade trees around. You are dying of the heat.
Good.
Just leave your shoes there. You need shade. We're going for shade. I think we only have 1 minute left.
Sarah got sunburned.
Okay, last one. You've done a pretty good job. This is my favorite. You are taking your friend to a Mexican restaurant and they know about tacos, but they have no idea what a burrito looks like. So, and there she stays. Help Madeline get out. Okay, so you all have seen that there are many different ways that you can use your blankets. Have any of you heard of Church World Service? Church World Service is an organization that helps people who are poor or homeless or if they have had a disaster in their life. And Church World Service gives blankets to people all over our country. So, it's your turn now to answer these questions. These are actual scenarios that were taken from the Church World Service website to show you how people are actually, not rolling up like burritos, but are actually using these blankets. So now you have to answer the questions. Sorry. Your house has been blown down by a tornado. You are now homeless and it is nighttime. You have been given food and pajamas, but you could really use You lost your job and you have no money to pay for an apartment. So you put your family in the car and you are sleeping in the trunk. You could really use There's too much violence in your neighborhood, so your family walks for hundreds of miles in the blazing hot sun to find a new home. You would love some shade to sit down and rest, if only you had a... Water from a flood has risen up over the first floor of your house. You escaped to the attic to stay warm and dry, but you really could use a blanket. So you can see how important these blankets are to people. How many of you have $10? Look at our poor congregation. Not one person has $10 out there. How many of you have or had a mother? Next Sunday is Mother's Day. And for just $10, you can get a nice lightweight blanket like that from Church World Service, or you can get a heavier blanket from Church World Service. This one happens to be waterproof too, so you wouldn't need an umbrella, or if you were wet during a flood. Next week, the ladies in Sarah's Circle will be sitting outside the church door, and you can use your $10 to get a blanket for someone who is desperately in need of one. If you look back at the offering plate today, there are special envelopes for these blankets. And as I said, the ladies in Sarah Circle next Sunday will be sitting back there. You all have a mother, I know, or you wouldn't be here. And perhaps you want to do something in honor of her. But I also think that women who have been fortunate enough to be mothers, think of the hierarchy that you have created. And perhaps you give a blanket in honor of your entire hierarchy. So for instance, Pudge Pullen has 12 great-grandchildren. I'll bet you didn't know that. So she could give an honor of all 12 of her great-grandchildren, because obviously they would not be here if it wasn't for her. So please, we encourage you to purchase a blanket next Sunday, and please be as generous as you always are. Thank you very much, and now you can go work in the yard.